week.
Look at the forecast, so let's bring in our chief meteorologist, Anthony Farnell. Hey, Anthony.
Good evening, Mark. Kind of felt a bit like fall this weekend, didn't it? Cool temperatures, we had some wind, even some showers at times. And for areas up north, parts of Ontario cottage country, it was a full-on rain day yesterday. Now today already we've made some improvement. It's still breezy, but the upper low that's caused all this is starting to weaken, and it's moving through northern Quebec. So it's going to take all this with it. We've got cool night, but it starts to rebound above seasonal temperatures for much of the upcoming week. 19 degrees in Toronto and St. Catharines, only 15 in Kingston, 13 Ottawa. North Bay yesterday, one of the earliest recorded snowfalls on record. 11 degrees now. That feels like you're in Jamaica. Maybe not, but it's an improvement from yesterday where it was just above freezing. Tonight we'll get awfully chilly, and that's why there's widespread frost advisories from Algonquin Park and Petawawa all the way through the Nickel Belt, Timmins as well. Temperatures getting close to that 0 mark. We're not there yet. We're going to continue the growing season through the GTA and southwestern Ontario, hopefully for another few weeks, and it is really going to be a mild pattern shaping up. Winds gusting near 60 in Barrie, so that's not helping the situation on this Sunday. 8 degrees in Peterborough tonight, 9 in Muskoka. Those winds slowly subsiding. So tomorrow we've got a 20 to 30 kilometer per hour breeze, but that temperature near 20. There is some rain in the forecast. I think mid-morning to mid-afternoon. We'll show you the Futurecast model coming up and a look at your 7-day forecast as well.
All right, thank you very much, Anthony.
Welcome back. There's a risk of rain again tomorrow. I know it's back to work. You got to take the kids in for the second week of school, perhaps. Well, you may need an umbrella as you're doing so. I think mid-morning is our highest likelihood through early to mid-afternoon. There's even the risk of a thunderstorm, and that rain could be briefly heavy. The timing along with the positioning is still questionable, and I'll get to that coming up in our Futurecast. By evening, 19, overnight a low of 13, and it is going to get even warmer as we progress through this upcoming week. So these chilly blue and green colors are going to be replaced with that summer warmth of orange and red. 34 today in Regina. 29 for Calgary and Edmonton, and it could still get a degree or two warmer. Vancouver coming in at 21. So there is a big ridge out west, and this is the downstream trough, and there's our upper low. What does it mean? Well, it's a slow mover, but it also has a lot of chilly air and wind with it, and I'm ready for it to get out of here because I'm not prepared for fall just yet. I want a bit more summer, and after the frost advisory for tonight, well, I think we're going to see that summer warmth return, and it's going to happen in a hurry. So here comes basically it's an upper level bout of energy, let's call it that, but it's basically spinning like a spoke on the backside of that low. So we do have some rain. This is for Monday early afternoon. It tapers off, the sky clears out, and then Tuesday is looking fantastic along with the rest of the upcoming week. Some models are predicting local amounts of 10 to 20 millimeters on Monday, so could get some rain, and then you don't need to water as it warms and dries out. Here's your forecast high, 23 in London. Winds are already up to 26, where it will be above 30 later this week. Now, Toronto, we're not going to hit 30, but we could get as high as 27, 28 on Friday. Saturday, 26, Sunday, 24. It's still a lot of summer in the days ahead. Have a great evening.
Look at the forecast, so let's bring in our chief meteorologist, Anthony Farnell. Hey, Anthony.
Good evening, Mark. Still on the cool side out there, and it's been that way for a couple of days now. So what's going on? Is this the start of fall? No, it is not. We've got summer warmth returning. There is a low that's sitting over the province of Quebec, and that was the reason why it was quite breezy today again, bringing in that northwest flow, cooler air from northern Canada. And you see it right now, 8 in North Bay, 5 already in Bancroft, still holding on to 15 in Toronto and Kitchener-Waterloo, 17 in Sarnia. It's also chilly in Peterborough and Ottawa, and there is a risk of frost tonight. Some of those areas along the Ottawa Valley, Quebec side, and also into the Nickel Belt, Timmins, are going to get awfully close to the 0 mark, and that could bring an end to the growing season. So if you have plants and you're living in that area, cover them up, bring them inside, whatever you have to do, because after tonight, well, conditions are going to really change, and it is going to warm up. Already that flow of air is starting to switch to the southwest. So tonight's low in Toronto, 14. That compares to yesterday when everybody was in the single digits. So we're making some headway, and as we go through the afternoon, it is milder, 20. But it's also wet. There is a system that's going to bring the chance of rain, even an isolated thunderstorm. More on that and the sunny days in our 7-day forecast. All that coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Anthony.
Welcome back. Rain back in the forecast tomorrow, but it is going to be mild, at least that. Risk of a thunderstorm, and then we get into sunshine. I think by mid-afternoon the sky clears out, and that's going to help that temperature climb. It will cool back off in the evening, but a low of 13 Monday night is actually quite a bit milder than it was last night as we got back down into the single digits. Even this afternoon, 13 in Ottawa and Montreal, 22 in St. John, so warmer on the east coast, and definitely hotter out west. 34 in Regina, could break a record on Monday. 30 in Calgary and Edmonton, 21 in Vancouver. The jet stream, you follow these clouds. These are upper level clouds, and that basically is showing you where the jet stream is. Way up to the north, and then it dives south, and there's our low pressure system over Quebec. And it's that system that helped deliver the chilly air, enough so that frost is a concern tonight. And we'll be watching the mercury closely. Bancroft already down to about 4 or 5 degrees. It's going to get colder as the winds go light and the sky remains clear. So this is the system. If you blink, you maybe miss it, but there will be a couple of hours tomorrow where it rains, and it could rain rather heavily, and then that low pushes off. We're back to clear skies, and pretty much the rest of the week is smooth sailing as we have milder temperatures moving in. So if you do get into that wet weather, there could be 20 to 30 millimeters falling in a short period of time, and then it clears back out by afternoon. Tonight's low 14 in Toronto, 20 tomorrow, same thing in Ottawa, Sudbury and Sault Ste. Marie both at 21. And that's a sign of things ahead. Winds are 26, so that is the milder air that's going to get in here later this week. 23 on Tuesday, 25 on Wednesday, all the way up to 26, and then I think every day is close to that. Next weekend looks fantastic, and it will not feel like fall at all. So, hey, enjoy that, and remember, sweater season, it's not too bad either. Have a great night.